All right. So the last couple weeks, well, I guess the last week we've done yin movement plus yin. So instead of doing movement in between poses, we do a little bit, maybe 15 minutes of 10, 15 of movement in the beginning, and then we hold some yin poses and then do an extended shavasana, which is also a pose, but nice to take at the end of any practice. So we'll start by just a quick breathing exercise. This is a cooling breath. We've done this one before. Go ahead and sit up tall and roll your shoulders back a few times. I like to sit up on a bolster if you have one, great, or a pillow, a hard pillow, or a blanket. It's just nice to elevate the hips a bit. But if you have nothing, then that's fine too. The floor works. Roll your shoulders back and just take a moment to settle in. Close your eyes. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. Just get present with your breath. Feel the breath. Inhale in through your nose. Feel the expansiveness, the coolness of the inhale, and the letting go, the releasing of the exhale. Another breath like that. Inhale in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And take a moment here before we do anything else to settle into your body, your breath, quieting the mind, the to-do list, and getting present. Focus for a moment in your seated position. Focus on where you're making contact with the earth. Focus on your breath. Feel your body. Feel your head sitting on top of your neck on top of your shoulders, your torso upright. And just nice, easy breath. As we do a bit of movement and yin practice today, we'll be focusing on getting into the movements and the poses and in an appropriate modification, which is, everybody's body is different. So it's coming as you are, honoring your body and not doing any harm. Practice non-harming in any of our approaches to yoga and life as well, right? We can just wake up every day and just have that mantra of do no harm. The world would be a better place probably if more people engage that mantra. So the cooling exercise we start off with is actually a breath in through the mouth and out through the nose. And it's almost like we're sucking air into the mouth. If your tongue curls, you can curl your tongue. Otherwise, it's almost like you're feeling the air on the top of the tongue, like you're sucking it into the mouth, like almost like you're breathing through a straw or something like that. So, and you can just stay stationary with the head, or you can lift the head gently and lower it on the exhale if you like. So it looks like this. Breathing in through the mouth, it's sucking that air in and exhaling out through the nose. So we'll do 9 more rounds of that. Inhale in through the mouth. Exhale out through the nose. Your cooling breath. Inhale in through the mouth. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale in through the mouth. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale in through the mouth and close the eyes if you like. Exhale out through the nose. Slow it down a bit if you like. Inhale in through the nose. Sorry, in through the mouth. Exhale through the nose. Just a few more here. Inhale in through the mouth. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale in through the mouth. Out through the nose. Or just do one more. I lost count there. Inhale in through the mouth. And exhale out through the nose. Breathe normally now, inhaling in through the nose, out through the nose. And that pranayama, just a brief exercise we just did, is meant to cool down the body, kind of sucking in that cool air, creating a rest and cooling effect in the body. Just feel the effect for a moment. Feel the inhale, feel the exhale. And from here, we'll just take the hands out wide, spread your fingertips, and start to open up your chest a bit. So you can keep the eyes closed here, but we're just starting to engage the body a bit more. Spread your hands, open up the chest, bring the elbows out, and then slowly start to elongate your arms, straighten them out. You can close the eyes here, feeling this nerve stretch through the fingertips, through the arms. Draw your shoulder blades down and back a little bit more. It's almost like you're embracing for a big hug. So you haven't taken the hug yet, but we're embracing for it, getting ready for it. Take another inhale here, and maybe you'd like to open your chest a little bit more. Inhaling feels good to retract the shoulders after we may have been forward a lot today on the computer, on the phone. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release, bend into the elbows, and just meet your hands at heart center. Relax the shoulders, as if you're enveloping your own heart for a hug. Close your eyes here, push your palms in, your fingertips, relaxing the shoulder heads down and back. And bow to this heart center, drawing the chin in towards the chest. Take a moment to honor your practice before you even do your practice, just honoring the intent to come to your mat to create space and time for yourself, the self-care and self-awareness coming into the present moment. So honoring that you put forth the effort. And then if you like to add in an extra intention here, a devotion to someone else, to yourself, maybe this theme of non-harming, or what we call Ahimsa, feel free to add that. And just take a deep breath, bowing to your heart center, committing to an intention. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, this time reach your arms up, gazing upward. And as you exhale, release your arms down. Roll the shoulders back again. I'm actually going to come onto the mat for our first bit of movement. So lay all the way down on the mat. Let's come into a lying down position. And settle your body, settle your back body. Get this natural curve in the lower back. And then reach your arms, reach your legs, point your toes, reach your fingertips. Stretch through the whole body. Take a nice inhale. And then as you exhale, just bend into your elbows a little bit and relax your shoulders. So as you inhale, it's more of an active stretch, reaching the arms, reaching the legs. As you exhale, it's more of a passive stretch. Bend into the elbows and just feel the shoulders melting in. And one more inhale, reaching the arms, reaching the legs. As you exhale, bend into your elbows, release. And then slowly start to hug the right knee in toward the chest. So waking up the foot, roll around the ankle a little bit, going one way and then going the other way. And just take a moment to take a breath as you squeeze the knee in just a tiny bit further. And slowly release out that right leg, reach your arms overhead. And as you find an exhale, hug the left knee into the chest. You can roll around the ankle, waking it up, greasing up the joint there. And take another breath, just stationary. And reach your arms, release the left leg. As you find an exhale, hug the right knee in. So just gonna go from side to side more fluidly now. So inhale, reaching, exhale, hugging in. Inhale, reaching, exhale, hugging in. And if the squeeze in is too much, then we just bend the knee in. So we don't even have to hug it in to get the stretch with the movement. Sometimes that's a gentler option. Inhale, reach long, exhale, bend in. Go one more side to side, starting to warm up the arms and legs, the hips, the shoulders. Last one here. And then reach your arms, reach your legs. As you find an exhale, release your arms down towards the sides of your waist, bending to your knees, and plant your feet. Bring the arms out wide to like a T position, keeping your fingertips on the ground, reaching through the arms. And then just start to move your knees over to one side. Linger there for a moment, feeling that stretch through the side of the waist. And then back to center and go to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, point the knees. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, point the knees. And one more of these, then we'll add on. Reaching your arms and trying to keep the shoulders into the mat as we stretch through the sides of the waist. Come back to center here and bring your legs into a tabletop position. So knees are over the hips, heels are aligned with the knees. If this is too much, like any pain in the lower back, you can always drop the knees down and do the movement back on the ground. The feet need to be down. Inhaling here. As you exhale, lower over to one side, almost to the ground, but not quite. Inhale, back to center. Our legs are in together. Exhale, go to the other side. And we're trying to stretch through the side of the waist as we start to waken up our core muscles as well. We're just going from side to side. Again, we can do this with the feet down or even the toes down. And the legs together. It's a bit different than that staggered twist. Okay, one more side to side. Moving with the breath. And then we'll just hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Pull the shoulder blades down and back and take a big exhale. One more inhale, one more exhale. All right. And then bring the knees, again, over the hips here. Feet are flexed this time, so push through the heels, toes point up. Fingertips reach up towards the sky and then pull the shoulder blades down back into the mat. Inhale, reach the right leg and the left arm. The left arm comes up, right leg comes down. Exhale, bring it in. And switch sides. Slow movement here. Again, we can do this one from the ground. Right, so just a little less on the lower back from the ground. Keep switching sides on the inhale. On the exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, in. Two more here. Reaching and back in. Reaching and back in. Hug the knees back in. Should start to feel a little bit of heat building in the body. It's good. We're just starting to waken up. So the idea of this movement, start to move into a circle going one way. So the idea of this movement before we take the yin practice is that it's going to waken up the muscles, the joints, open up the hips and shoulders, etc. So we can get into those yin poses with a bit more ease and maybe a bit deeper. And switch sides the other way. Now one more here for being on our backs. Bringing the feet down. Feet are about hip distance apart. Walk the heels in towards the hips. Push the arms in. And walk your shoulder blades a little bit closer together so the chest lifts up a bit. Then start to lift up the hips. Finding about halfway or 3/4 of the way to your full bridge. So not a full bridge pose, but just kind of coming up, feeling a little bit of back bend, feeling the hips lift, stretching through the belly, through the chest. Tops of the thighs are working. Take one more breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, scoop your belly in and feel each vertebrae coming down onto the ground. I will just do that one more time. Inhale, lift up. Go about 3/4 your way to your full lift. And walk your shoulder blades a little bit closer underneath the back. Push your arms in a tiny bit higher. Take a breath. And there's something invigorating about those back and chest openers. Take a moment to come down and to come down one vertebrae at a time. Release your knees and just feel the effects of that. It's subtle, but it's there, that invigoration you feel. And then roll off to one side. Start to push your way up. And just taking a moment to sit up. And we'll come into hands and knees just for a cat-cow spinal movement. So we can make the spine still. Hands are stretched, shoulders over wrists, knees underneath it. Something soft underneath the knees if needed. On the inhale, reach the heart forward, pull the shoulders back, belly drops a bit. Exhale, round the knee. Inhale, reach forward with the heart. Exhale, round up and in. Even I have to check myself to make sure I'm not moving my neck a whole lot. Really don't care to move the neck so much since it's already a pretty mobile part of the spine. And we'll just do one more here. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round up. Coming back to center. And then one foot at a time, walking the feet forward. Softening the knees, and fingertips can be on the ground out in front, or you can just really dangle everything forward. So I was feeling like not very, just wasn't feeling good to bring myself into forward folds this last week. So lifting my head really helped just to keep the energy a bit more upright and the gaze more upright instead of going all the way forward, also not letting all the blood flow in. So if that's what you're feeling, then do that halfway, or you can be here. Take one more breath. Really soft knees, really bent knees. And then on your inhale, slowly start to make your way up, coming up to standing. And as you find your standing position, get grounded. So your feet are about hip distance apart. Lift and spread your toes. Activate your quads. Really root down your feet into the ground. Roll your shoulder blades down and back and stand tall. Little side body stretch here. On the inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Grab onto that right wrist. Exhale, reach over. It doesn't really matter. We go both ways. Try to root down with the right foot as you reach to the left. Take another breath here. Inhale back to center and exhale, go to the other side. Taking an extra breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to center. As you exhale, release the arms. Relax the shoulders. Back to mountain poses, feeling the effects of that. Take a breath. Come back to intention. Okay. So from here, let's take the hands onto the lower back, still starting to open up the chest and shoulders. Pin the elbows back and pull the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Lift up the chest and lean back just a little bit. So there's like barely a back bend going on here. We're trying to open up the upper back a bit more. Take one more breath here, maybe gazing up a little bit. And then release the shoulders, release the arms. Switching from side to side, bringing that right hand onto the back. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, reach it back and back, down. Inhale. Next inhale. Moving with the breath. Exhale, reach it back. Take an inhale here. That's what we want to do. Exhale back. And one more side to side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale. And exhale. Back down. Inhale this one up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale and exhale back to center. Feel the effects of that for a moment. And one more standing movement. We'll walk it out wide, starting to waken up our hips. Toes point out, heels point in. We can start with the hand on the hips and just do these hip circles a few times going in one direction. I know it's kind of looks silly, but it's really good for moving our hip joints in more of a subtle way, an easier way. Switch sides, let's do about 5 one way, 5 the other way. Yeah, waking up this external rotation. Toes are pointed out, heels are in. Or we just start to bend in a little bit and straighten up. Waking up the hips, bending in and straighten out. If you want to add some arms, inhaling arms up with straight legs, exhaling to heart center with 10 ease. Inhaling nice and easy. Exhale, bending in. Should be starting to feel a little bit of heat build in the body. Starting to feel the joints open up and muscles working a bit. Yeah, let's do 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hold it here. Little movements, pivoting, lifting up one foot, and then pivoting to lift up the other foot. And if you really want to go a little bit further, you can walk it a little wider. You can do a little lunge over to one side. Slowly back to center, over to the other side. Slowly back to center. Last little bit here. Maybe we lift up one heel, bring it down. Maybe the other heel, bring it down. Just for a moment, maybe both heels. Working the legs. And heels down. Inhale, straighten up. And exhale, release your hands. Heel toe your feet in. And just find mountain pose yet again. So we'll take mountain pose for about 10 rounds of breath here, starting to transition into our yin practice. And mountain pose is a pose, Tadasana, or sometimes called Samasthiti, equal standing pose. Really feel rooted on your feet. We're not using the wall today, but imagine there's a wall behind you and you're gently pushing your head back into the wall, your shoulders back. You have this natural curve of your lower back, and you're really growing taller, as if there's a string in the center line of your body. So that's a few breaths. Let's take 10 more rounds together. Close your eyes and really stand tall. The string through the center line of your body. Inhale and exhale, easy. Find the release in the pose. Inhale. And where can you soften? Exhale, soften your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Maybe you do your cooling breath a few times, exhaling. Feeling free to take it in through the mouth, out through the nose, however you like to take it. Grow taller. Find stillness, find that even standing, even through your toes on the ground. 3 more big breaths here together. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Okay. One more standing pose here, then we'll go take some more poses in seated position. Just gonna take the hands back behind, interlace the hands in the strange way. So we always usually put one index finger on top. I usually put my left on top because I'm left-handed, but switch it to the one that you don't usually put on top. So whatever index finger you're used to, switch it, and then it's gonna feel strange usually, unless you've done this before and you're an expert. In that case, great. Bring your palms together, pull your shoulder blades a little bit closer together and open up your chest. Now what tends to happen is the ribs pop out. Keep the frontal ribs in towards the frontal hip bones and hang out here for a moment. So just find something steady to focus your gaze on, and maybe you even close your eyes. Yeah. If you notice something weird about me, is that my arms are kind of wonky. I have a carrying angle, which means my arms usually don't straighten, or they over straighten, and then they have like a bendy look to them. Yeah, so we just kind of start to notice interesting things about our body as we go into poses, as we hold them. Oh, that's interesting, right? Different things, different folks. Our bodies are interesting, infinitely interesting. A few more breaths here, trying to passively go deeper into this heart opening. So I'm not really crunching into it or anything. I'm breathing, easing my way into it. Nice, easy breath. Do the cool breath if you like, in through the mouth, out through the nose. And then walk your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. If your hands are starting to pain at all, you can bend into your elbows and go a little bit easier. Pull the shoulder heads back. That's the most important part. Go forward a little bit. So again, we can re-straighten the arms. I'm going to switch the interlace of my hands. Re-straighten the arms if that feels okay. You can bend the elbows a little bit. Bend into the knees. And just keep the chest lifted as you gaze forward and down. Now we can be here. If it's available, you might go a little bit further, maybe keeping the head lifted. Again, sometimes that just feels nicer than going all the way forward. And if going all the way forward is available, then try that. So just take a few more breaths here, wherever you are. Not forcing it, relaxing your throat, your jaw. Where are you clenching that you don't need to be? Find a sense of release, let go. Yeah, so just about 3 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. No pain. Ahimsa. Coming all the way up slowly, pausing as you go up. And then bend into the elbows. Again, just take the hands immediately onto the low back and the elbows back in. And feel this movement, this stretch one more time. So just lifting up through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades closer together. And you feel, right, that invigoration through the chest. And maybe put one hand on your heart and just feel that. Take a nice deep breath here. And start to, just for 2-3 breaths, return to mountain pose. Close your eyes, and there's a big change. More openness in the collarbones. There's an energy change after that heart opening pose. Feel the effects. Okay. And then we'll work our way down with a little bit of movement here. So from the top of the mat, inhale and bring your arms up overhead. As you exhale, soft knees as you go forward. Maybe you pause, keeping the head lifted. And then find your halfway lift, hands up the shins, lift the chest, draw the shoulders back as if you're just looking over the edge. Take a breath here. Great stretch for our hips, our hamstrings, our spine. And then slowly make your way back down onto your mat. And we'll work into a bit of a hip opening. So switching gears into some hip stuff. We'll bring the feet together. We've done this one before. Walking the heels close in towards the hips. Knees out wide, and we want to be upright on our sitting bones. So really move the flesh of the buttocks away so you're really sitting tall. And then it doesn't matter how far your knees come down. Don't try to strain them to come down. Normally we use a block here that helps release the hips, and sometimes it's nice to use a strap, but today we're going to use our hands as a strap. So again, interlace your hands and bring them onto the outside of the feet. They come onto the outside of outer edge of the foot, and then lift your chest forward. Try to bring your heels in a bit more. And then just straighten your arms as best you can to use them. This is almost if there's a strap here going around your hips and your feet, but your arms instead are working as a strap. And you can close your eyes here. If this gets to be too much, of course, you can release your hands out and you can bring your hips out further, your heels out further, right? So we can be here. We're still getting this external rotation of the hip opening, stretch in the adductor, and all that. So find the shape, find the pose, find the stillness, and then surrender. All right, we'll take about 12 more breaths here together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Release the throat, release the jaw. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and soften, exhale. Inhale and exhale. See if you can focus, release here, your internal hip flexor. Releasing a bit more, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just a few more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's take 2 more breaths together. Nice deep inhale in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Inhale in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. So depending on where you are in the pose, release the hands out. If your feet are out more forward, that's fine. Stay here just for a little while longer, and we're going to add in a bend forward. So you might be here, walking the hands forward. Almost always, you're going to start to feel it. More stretch there. You bend forward. And like I said, legs can be out in front, further forward. Try not to round the back. Just find that lean in as much as you can without really curving the back. I will just take 5 breaths in this lean in. So it's building into a bit more intensity. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Soften, releasing down into the hips. Draw your energy there. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath, cooling breath in through the mouth. Drawing air in, exhale out through the nose. Okay. And bring the knees in. Bring the feet onto the mat again. Let's just take a moment. We did this one lying down earlier. Fingertips point forward. Do that little linger off to one side. Just recalibrating the hips. And then go to the other side. And one more time, side to side. Just little lingering moments to bring the hips back to neutral. All right. One more here while we're in our seated position. We're going to take a variation of heart melting pose. So heart melting pose is this one where usually our knees are underneath our hips and we're walking the hands forward. And this is a really big stretch in the shoulders and sides of the waist and the chest. So just the variation to that is walking the elbows in a little bit, bringing your forearms, the short edge of the forearm onto the ground, and interlacing your hands so you can line up your pinky fingers, whatever interlace you like. Elbows are slightly inward here. And then we're just going to lean back So our hips go a little bit further back from the knees, and we find that it's a little gentler stretch than this cardinal pose. Will be fine. And if you can get your head down onto the ground, great. And also great if you can't, that's fine too. Just find a gazing point on your mat so you're not cranking your head here. You don't want to crank the neck. So down on the mat, we're looking down onto the mat, or forehead down. And of course, you can modify. You can go back a little bit further if that's more conducive to you. So just find what you can here. And then I want you to take about 13 rounds of breath on your own. Close your eyes or look down and start counting that breath. Nice deep inhale, nice deep exhale. We'll take about 3 more breaths together. If you want to take it a bit more intensified, maybe hands walk out, palms on the ground, and we take a further full version of our heart melting pose if you like. So 3 big breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Slowly start to lift up onto all fours, tabletop. Give your hips a nice sway side to side. And then to correct our side body stretch, we just walk the hands over to the right, swing the hips over to the left. Feel the stretch, deep breath. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, switch sides. Coming back to center. Let's sit upright for a moment, because we haven't done a lot of that. And find Sukhasana, easy seated pose, which is generally one ankle in front of the other, but we have variations. We can put one leg in front of the other without crossing ankles. And then switch sides to your unusual way of doing it. So I always put my left leg in front of my right. I'm putting my right in front of my left. And it feels a little uncomfortable, but it's good for the hips and the joints and the knees to sit the weird way, the unusual way. And then just find your tall seat for a moment. Roll your shoulder blades down the back, open your palms, and we'll do a quick breathing exercise yet again. That cooling breath in through the mouth and out through the nose. And if you like, you can add a little movement with your fingertips. So as you breathe in, as you suck the air in, just bringing the fingertips together. And as you exhale out through the nose, opening, as you breathe in, open the hands. As you exhale, close the fingertips in. So breathing in, sucking the air in through the mouth, and exhale through the nose. Fingertips together. Inhale in through the mouth. Open the hands. Exhale, bring the hands together. Exhale through the nose. Inhale in through the mouth. Exhale out through the nose. And last one. Inhale, open the hands. Draw the air in through the mouth. Exhale out through the nose. That's just something you like to do something while you breathe, but not have to do a whole lot of movement, just something nice to open and close the hands. Okay, back onto our mats we go. And let me just check the time really quick. All right, we're good. All right, so we've got a few more yin poses here on our back, and then we'll work our way into Savasana. So first one we're going to take is, let's do half happy baby. So left foot stays on the ground, right foot points up towards the sky for a moment. And then once you start to get used to that, pointing the foot up, bringing the knee in, then we just gently bring the knee out to the side. We can hold it here, so we're holding on to the trunk of the leg. If you can find the outer foot, we open up the hip a little bit more. With this knee bend, it sort of takes the intensity out of this leg, and we just then can focus on this leg. With this leg straight, there's a little more pull going on the top of this leg. So you can be here holding on to the outer foot. You can hold on to the outer knee. You can piece finger the inside of the big toe. And just find what you can with it, right? Don't force into anything, don't pain into anything. Just find what you can. The one hip is in neutral, the one hip is opening up. And if you can close the eyes here, go ahead and close the eyes. You might even be able to get that knee all the way down onto the ground, the top part of it, top part of the leg. So do that if that's possible. But not paining into anything. And again, finding your breath. Close your eyes, nice easy inhale and exhale. Soften, inhale and exhale. Just take about 9 more rounds of breath with this one, so do both sides. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, be present with your breath. Feel the breath, breathing into that hip stretch. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale deep. And longer exhale. Another breath here. Inhale. And big exhale. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly start to bring that right knee back into the chest. Just hug it in for a moment. You should feel that sort of rebound effect in the hip flexor. And then outstretch your right leg for a moment, and just to feel the difference, bring both legs up, and you can feel that the right leg feels a lot more stretched out than the left. Just feel the difference there. And then bring the right leg down, and we'll go to the left side. So hugging that knee in for a moment as we point the heel up, introducing that angle. And then slowly bringing it out to the side. You might just hold on to the knee, the back of the knee. You might find the outer foot, maybe the ankle, maybe piece fingers on the inside of the big toe. And we might bring it out so much so that the top of the thigh comes down onto the ground. And the foot's still pointing up here. While my right hip is lifting a little bit as I bring that leg all the way down. So that's fine if that feels okay. And then again, close your eyes, find some release. You notice your arm is probably working a lot as you're holding on to your foot, but don't let it overwork. So send some release into your shoulder, relax your throat, your jaw. Notice where you're gripping and send release there with your exhale. Just about 9 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Inhale. Exhale. Use your cooling breath if you like. It's about 4 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last exhale. Bring that knee back into the chest. And let's, for a moment, take a full body stretch. So both arms, both legs. Reaching the arms, reaching the legs, just like we did at the very beginning. As you exhale, soften the shoulders, bend into the elbows. Inhale, reach the arms, reach the legs. Exhale, soften. And one more like that. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, soften. And second to last pose is taking our legs in the air. Legs have been stretched out pretty good. You can keep your arms back behind your elbows bent out to the side. And certainly keep your knees bent here. If you have a wall and you want to use it, go for it. We'll be in this pose for about 2 minutes, bringing the heels over the knees, over the hips, or again, like I said, knees can be bent. Now, if you start to feel a little crazy in this pose, like intense heart palpitations or just heaviness in your head, you just don't feel good in it, then feel free to come out and you can take this alternate pose of crossing the ankle over the knee, if that feels more conducive to you. So, pose, which I like to add into this cooling theme of legs in the air, legs at the wall, waterfall pose, which helps alleviate the fluids in the joints, reverses the blood flow, which is all around generally nice, but sometimes it doesn't feel the best. So listen in. Let's take some breaths together here. Close your eyes, inhaling and exhaling. Soften your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. 3 more big breaths. Inhale into the nose. Exhale out the mouth this time. Inhale. Exhale, just promoting this waterfall effect of blood going back down and returning back to our digestive system. Big exhale. One more inhale. Big exhale. And before we come out of it, always nice to roll around the feet, roll around through the ankles. Again, promoting this release of fluid retention. And then a lot of us get that puffy foot or ankle at the end of the day. This is a great pose to take for that. If you have a lot of fluids in your knees, great way to reduce that. And it generally does feel nice. Give them a little wiggle out before you come down, really relaxing the muscles. And then the last pose we'll take before Shavasana is this happy baby. So we did the half version on both sides. Now we're ready to do both. And don't feel like you really have to grab your feet in order to do the full pose. You can be here just holding on to the backs of the knees. You can just like let your arms hang out too. So that's an option too. And we're just essentially just bringing from the straight up version with the legs up to the feet out wide. So our hips are opening up, our knees out to the side, heels pointed up. You can stay here, be here, be here if that's available, or here. And while we're here, why not get a little bit of rock side to side, nice on the lower back. You can do that holding onto your legs or just doing a little rock. And my daughter's knocking on the door. Take about 9 more breaths here. Inhaling, exhaling, taking that breath on your own. Last pose before Savasana. You know, rocking or finding stillness, your choice. Send some release down into your hips. There's this connective tissue connected to our jaw and our throat that's somehow connected down into our hips. And when we clench in our jaw or our tongue or our throat, we're not really allowing our body to release in the hips. So we're unconsciously doing that. Notice that. Soften your throat. Taking a few more breaths here. Complete your last breath, breath and a half here, and happy baby. And then before we come all the way down, resting on the mat, just gently hug your knees back into the chest, bring the hips back to neutral. You can do these little circles to release out. That feels good. Go one way and then the other way. And then begin to unwind and bring your legs out. Let your arms fall open, let your shoulders melt back. And let your head be heavy and just take that big sigh here. Soften your belly. Find ease in your joints, in your muscles, in your bones. Close your eyes. Yeah, so take a moment to wiggle out your arms and legs, let your body settle in. And thinking about the release that we get when we take a big sigh out through the mouth. Bring that sigh into your whole body. And just let the whole body sigh into the earth. As if you're melting in very slowly into this quicksand that is the earth below you. Really feel the back body getting heavier. If you have something to cover over your eyes, go for it. If you have like an eye pillow or even just a cloth or a towel or a washcloth. Something to maybe think about investing in. It's pretty inexpensive as an eye pillow. It just creates a little bit of weight over the eyes and some heaviness, brings the light out and helps you go deeper into your restive pose. If you have something, even now, if you just have a washcloth or something to put over the eyes. Feel free to cover the body with a blanket or put something underneath the knees. And for your next couple breaths, see if you can get even more comfortable in this pose. Use your exhales to sink in even deeper. Feel your whole body breathing and releasing. For the next few minutes, we have the opportunity to be completely still and resting and present with feeling the benefits of all the movements we've done before we continue on the rest of our day. Let's take this time to reset, to recharge, and to rest and soften. So nothing else to do, nowhere else to be, other than to find this deep rest, this sense of peace and calm, letting go of the sounds, sights, the smells, the tastes, sensations, the thoughts, and just being in this body, in this breath, for a bit longer, enjoying your rest. As best you can, sink in, soften, and nothing left to do but to let go. Let go, soften, release. Shavasana. Be here for a little while to really sink in. slowly start to deepen your breath. Taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Whatever is weighing heavy in your mind, in your body, in your heart, use your exhales to release it down into the earth as much as you can. Let it recycle into something new. Letting go, it no longer serves you. Whatever this thing is weighing you down. Release. And begin to waken up your fingers and your toes. Give yourself a full body stretch if you like. Whatever feels good to waken up. Wiggling out your arms and legs. Feel awake and refreshed and alive in your body as you begin to add some movement. If you had a little extra time to waken up in the morning, how would you gently waken up and move? And as you add in movement, when you're ready, bend your knees, plant your feet, roll off to one side, and just pause there for a moment. Nice deep breath. Slowly begin to lift yourself up. Uh-oh. Sorry, I think my video paused. All right, so lift yourself up and find a seated position. Sitting up tall, roll your shoulder blades down the back. And just feel the effects of taking Shavasana for a few minutes, the effects of your Yin practice, your movement, and the efforts you put forth. Notice the state of your mind and your breath and your body. Open your palms. Inhale and bring your arms out. Embrace for that big hug that we did before. And slowly meet your hands at heart center. Drawing it inward, roll the shoulder blades down the back. And we'll take one Om to complete today's practice as we always do. Feel free to join. Cleansing breath first. Inhale, exhale to cleanse. Inhale and Om. Cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Om. Honoring your intention, sharing the space together with gratitude, with thanks, even if it is virtually. We take what we can these days and then stay positive with keeping the good in mind. Thank you for joining me in listening.